Hey, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, peace and much love, honors and blessed salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which hold the conduct, composure, and integrity. All right, to the very end, basically keeping that moral upright standing, being here in a crooked and perverse generation and time, being like the scriptures talk about, for that day is evil, or no, Salakia, pursuant to, was it Galatians or no, Ephesians, see that you walk circumspectly, all right, redeeming the times because they are evil, all right, and basically we live in a bad age, a bad time, man. We already get this. So question arises, man, that I'm going to do on this topic, man, was what can we learn from our time being here in America? All right, because you've seen the end of it all, man. You've seen ultimately the end of what happens when you disobey the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the true powers that exist. You see what happens when you get their names wrong. It's like calling the Lord's that's like calling someone a name today, man, like a bitch or something, man. When you call them out, they have that saying, you calling me out my name. Well, Jesus ain't the Lord's name. God ain't Yahweh's name, man. It's Yahweh, meaning he exists, which when you put it together, it literally defines what this is. All life, all creation is from him, okay? So that's a perfect name. All right, that's a perfect name from the Most High himself to have called himself, all right? And then Yahweh Shai, the deliverer. Well, you've seen the end of what disobeying the Lord, where it gets us. He performed the thoughts of his mind, all right? He told Israel what would happen if we did not incline our ears to him. All right. So we've seen the end of captivity. We've seen the effect that it has on our people. All right. Even the apostles may mention, man, that Jake is still suffering the trauma from what we went through in slavery, man. All right. And you see the rollover effect of it on a daily basis. Okay. You feel the bitterness about it. All right, America is made to be Jacob's bitterness. All right. Earlier, I seen, a bro posted a pic in the chat of these Edomites circling around or crowded around a Jake they had just hung. The first thing that came to my mind was like, a group of roaches, man. That's how roaches act. That's how Esau is the real fucking roach, man. All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's the real roach, because the roaches will congregate in small, like big but closed clusters, and they'll fucking chill around their food or whatever it is they're about to devour. That's how they did with Jake, man. All right. But anyways, man, what can we learn from this? All right. What can we learn, in an overall aspect? What happens? Or what can we learn from being here in America, man? I mean, shit. We did, pursuant to the elect, which this is not topic is meant to, talk about the elect. The elect, though, understand. Oh, man. What the fuck? Salaka, hold on real quick. Let me get this working. All right. I don't know what's going on. But, so, like I was saying, you've seen the end of what happens when we disobey the Lord. All right. You see what happens, that he really is a power that, means what he says. All right. We disobeyed the Most High, man, and what he told us to do on the planet. And so we're suffering from it now, man. We got our enemy, the basest but the most wicked, all right, ruling over us, consuming us, harassing us on a regular basis. All right. And through our fall, all right, they prospered. And that's really fucking weird. How's that even possible, man? When we got a power that controls and is watching everything. So we understand that things are done through us, through the spirit. Well, what is the spirit? Ultimately, the spirit belongs to who? Yahweh. All right. His will. Okay. Well, I don't even know if you can really call the spirit the future, the past, the present. I mean, it kind of is in a sense, because that's what's guiding everything, man, and controlling everything. Yahweh's spirit is controlling time, basically. All right. But you're seeing and understanding what happens when you give into wickedness. And wickedness really is your own self-indulgence. All right, your self-desires. That, look, man, the Lord tried to work with our people, man. Coming out of Egypt, the Lord wanted to work with Israel and get them established, make them a beautiful people, right? Did we ever give the Lord his time? Did we ever give the Lord time to explain, like, hey, man, chill, I'm trying to, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to make y'all a better people, man. I'm trying to give y'all structure. I'm trying to give you a culture. Chill, bro. Y'all just got taken out of captivity. But what was Israel doing already, man? We were murmuring, all right, talking shit. We even said that some of our people, man, these degenerate Israelites, man, even said it was better off being in Egypt than to be with the Lord. You don't get that we had just came out of captivity, man. It's gonna take a little time to readjust. But see, Jake, man, with their horking glutton spirit, couldn't just give the Lord a little time to be like, hey, let me, I'm taking y'all through this area because I'm still trying to get you away from your enemies, man. Like, chill out. Chill, man. Take a seat. But Israel, man, was just, how are you going to try to play after you just had a fucking army chasing you? And you're going to get out your tent the next day and yeah, go off and play, man. See what you can find out there in the little wilderness and trees, Jake had this attitude, man, of being established in every spot that they sat down at, man. Like that movie, Are We There Yet? With Ice Cube, man. Them kids. They kept saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like, shut the fuck up, man. We're going, the one who's watching you already planned to get you where you're going, but you're over here sitting in the back being a brat, And that's how Israel was being, man. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? But see, because you couldn't discern the spirit, you didn't have, you didn't want to see that aspect. What happened to those faithless Israelites? All right, they fell in the wilderness. All right, and you find out that really the Lord was cleaning house, man. You had a lot of spoiled Israelites, man, that were in captivity. Because when you look at what captivity does to the mind, it causes the mind to seek comfort any chance it can get, and that can be dangerous. All right, because you don't understand. There's somebody out there, which is your oppressor, your oppressive captives, that made your life that way. See, being in America, man, Esau, the reason why you seek comfort so much, and the reason why you fall victim to it, and you're constantly all about your own comfort and desires, is because the one who worked the system over you wanted to draw that out of you. Because again, Israel, man, was supposed to be a city of discernment, and Esau caused you to be restless. He caused you to get wild, to get hasty. Like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna work out my own. How can I say? My own. I'll just say my own agenda for now, for the lack of any other word. See, you didn't give time to the Lord again to work space to helping you out. So why, it only makes sense that you get taken to, these heathen. All right. So what other things did you learn? You really should have learned how to appreciate righteousness. Being in captivity, having your mind so warped, and then if the Lord, peradventure bring you out of that, then you should be able to really appreciate that there's something better to come. That the Lord was there the whole time, and He's still intended to get you to the place of rest. All right, it just requires a little bit more time. It requires more patience. But is Israel, again, are they doing that? Are they allowing the Lord? Are they even giving the Lord His due? No. Scripture say, man, that the Lord is not at all in their thoughts. So, we still live in a bitter ass time, man. We still live in captivity. we're still being looked at like coons, man. Like jokes. Tap, you know, they always used to say tap dancing coon and shit, man. You're here now and you're just going through the motion of being a slave now, having real no aspiration to get out of it. You're comfortable with life in America, just like you were back in Egypt. And you could ask an Israelite today, man, like, wouldn't you want a planet, you know, if that was given to you? Wouldn't you want, you know, what is that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, man, I believe it, like around the 9th verse. If scepters and things like that be a desire, you know, seek wisdom. But Jake don't want that now, man. Jake wants a fucking Cadillac DeVille, all right, with some rims in this time still for some reason. Rims is played out, all right, I'll say that. You know? Oh shit, look at that. That's dope. Anyways, Salakia. But no, I mean, Jake wants, you know, we used to be, you know, back in like early, you know, 2010, 2000, you know, bros are always talking about you give a nigga a $100 bill, PlayStation a 40, he's good, man. And Jake is still in that same condition, man. But now it don't even require that much. It just requires Jake to not want to do shit to win him over. And what I gotta do? Hey, you ain't gotta do shit, man. I bet. You know? Our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. All right, pursuing to Hosea the 4th chapter. And now Esau has destroyed them so much that they don't even care. They don't even care, man. You don't even care that there's a man that sat up day and night having the intent to do this to you. You know, I make that comment, man, to people at times when someone starts pissing me off, and I got a problem with them. I'll tell someone, man, like, why the fuck would you want someone like that to be around? A person who gets up and their mindset is to intentionally cause harm to you. Why would you want that person to exist? It makes no sense. And this is the so-called white man in this scenario. He wakes up every day and night thinking of ways to kill you Israelites, and you don't even care. You know, you don't even care. I said that 4 times already now. That's why the Lord, when he comes back, now this topic is going a little bit, you know, right. I'm driving, man, like I said, you know, doing the driving talk. But that's why the Lord in this time, he's going to do the same thing he did when he brought you people out of Egypt. All right? Since you don't care so damn much, you don't care about salvation because it sounds so prissy or whatever, and the Lord's going to fucking kill you, man. Your own creator's going to kill you because you can't conduct the proper way. You were programmed, all right, to walk a certain way in the earth and care about things. And Jake don't even care about shit. That's why they got this saying, you know, ride or die type of spirit, man. They don't give a fuck. And so that's why, man, like the Lord, hey, he's gonna sweep house again. He's gonna clean house. And we see it. Why do you think you Jakes are dying every single day to the damn cops? All right? But this is gonna happen on a more grander scale. All right, those times, they're right around the corner. All right? But other things we learned while being in this time. Never trust your enemy. All right? Never trust the so-called white man. One thing you should have learned in this time, man, is that this devil doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He doesn't care about even the heathen being in league with him at times. He'll still work. He'll still demonize and propagandize their ass, man. But never trust our enemy. Never. One thing about the Lord, man, he never used an empty word. So he said, never trust thine enemy. Your what do you call it? Your arch rival, your arch nemesis, your mortal enemy, Esau. All right? He was never meant to be trusted. And the scriptures gave insight to his actual spirit. The Lord told you he had created the waster to destroy, even the wicked for the day as well. Those are 2 scriptures, by the way. All right, one was Isaiah, the 54th chapter. The other one's in Proverbs. And you got it in Isaiah 45, I believe. But the Lord literally gave you the blueprint of how he designed the so-called white man. And you, simple as Jake, still fell victim. And I don't even want to call you a victim. You just fell to stupidity, ignorance. That's a shame, man. That's a goddamn shame. When the one possession that was given to you, it was meant to be yours for eternity, you couldn't even listen to. The most cherishable and valuable thing on this planet in creation, the Lord's words, and you couldn't even value and prize that. That's fucking dumb, man. You deserve judgment. All right, you deserve to look like a fool when the Lord returns. Because the Lord was extremely compassionate. He was extremely merciful. And you jakes still laughed at it. Still made mockery. Counted it slack. So you fell away. You lost patience. We were here, all right? We were put here to learn to understand the Most High and how He works. And you couldn't even do that. The one thing you were meant to do, and through that you would acquire a vast amount of reputation, image, riches, anything you could desire, man, which is what matters to a man. And you couldn't even stay committed to it. So you're gonna learn what full power judgment looks like. See, there's a savor of life and there's a savor of death. And these wicked 2/3, man, which even come from these other camps, you're gonna find out the bitter aspect of the Lord's righteousness, which is that indignation. All right, righteous judgment. To the elect, all right, we came out of that dead state, right? And we kept on walking. All right. When you go back to the scriptures, man, certain of the elect, like Enoch, Noah, Adam, Abraham, Jacob, when you look at their report from the Lord, it said that they walked with the Most High. You know, even though the Yeshua, man, he's broken this down many times, man. Is that talking about, like Yahweh came down, like Zeus did in the fucking movies, and he has his hands behind his back, walking with a big ass white beard, and hey, well, how you doing today, son? My beautiful son, I spread seed in through the women of the earth. No, man, it meant that they walked according to His ordinances, His guidelines, His precepts, His statutes. All right, the laws that he laid down for the land, for the earth, and that we were meant to keep charge to keep this earth replenished and prosperous. All right. See, the savor of that aspect is salvation, riches, life eternal. See, there was a balance to both sides, man. And that is a balance. Because what does the Lord say He hates, man? He hates a false balance. So he has a balance even in this time. All right? He's going to judge the wicked. He's going to judge, it says in the editions of Esther in the book of the Apocrypha, in the 10th chapter, it said that the Lord had two lots, one for the Gentiles and one for His people. And at that time, those two lots came to an hour and a time of a judgment. There was two judgments coming to this place. All right, one to the actual wicked and to the wicked of our people, and then you got salvation to the elect. So there was a lot of things that you could have learned in this time, man. Balance, appreciation. And here's another one, man. Always trust in the Lord. Always trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and don't doubt His words. Because He really did it, even though He put us through what we went through. That was a chastisement. That was a sharp ass whooping to get His woman correct. All right, but He never let us amiss. He punished us. We were in trouble, man. But He's gonna comfort us from our trouble. The expected end is to get to the kingdom of Yahshua, man. So we learn to always trust the Lord. All right. So, what other things can you have learned from in this time, man? And really, you got to meditate on those things, because until we get delivered, we got to learn these things. All right, so we can learn how to execute them while we're in the kingdom, which we're going to already have it in our minds, right? We're rehearsing in this time, but you get what I'm saying. We're going to be, we're going to have it instilled, and we're going to understand it. All right. So there's just a few things I wanted to talk about. I'm going to end it because I'm coming to the area where, it has to be dead zones. but it's still Satan, man. Satan has these dead zones around. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. Lord willing, this is a little edifying. You know, while I'm driving and talking, Lord willing, I got a point across. Hey, man, just, you know, learn where is understanding, man. Learn where is wisdom and use it. Okay? So with that, all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. That was to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. All right, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Shalom.